So, you guys want to see the house, my mother's house that I supposedly trashed, that these Nazi assholes are just assuming that I trashed, okay? Even to the point of time when we're not going to release you until we know that place is clean or whatnot, assuming that I trashed, okay? Just like that hospital staff listened to everything that Auntie was whispering in their ears before they begrudgingly had to acknowledge that Auntie had been, but that didn't stop them from still allowing, they knew that Auntie knew that everything was revoked, including her health care, but they still allowed Auntie to visit and whatnot because she'd already gotten to their heads and poisoned them against me, okay? Whatever. You want to take a tour? Oh, and by the way, yeah. Where someone is living, I have every right to film my mother's house, you fucking assholes. Okay? If that were not the case, if you were not allowed to film where you live, then nobody could ever film anything. Post videos on YouTube or pictures on Facebook or Flickr or any of those sites unless it was out in public. Because most people don't own where they live. When I filmed this house, when my mother had that breakdown, she trashed her own house, okay? I live here. I was going through hell, and I know it would stand up in a court of law. They could try to say that that's elder abuse. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's not just my mother that matters here on this planet, okay? I'm her fucking child, and I've been dealing with her illness for the past 36 years, okay? Want to take a tour of this house that I supposedly have trashed? There's Omar on the bed. This is my room, or was my room when I was, when I was allowed to be living here. Again, my mother has a doctor's note. They never told her it had to be renewed. As far as she knew, it was forever. And I could ask the woman down the street, too, who lives there. I don't know if she'd tell me the truth, but I could do it. Were you ever told, my mom even told me to ask her before my mom got, were you ever told that you had to, cousin said the same thing, were you ever told that you had to renew your doctor's note every year, or was it considered permanent? And then the woman was trying to tell my cousin, well, it's my understanding, no, what's in writing? You're telling me this woman lives there, but if her, or if whoever she was, taking care of, was a caregiver of, got sick or what, she'd have to move out? Bullshit. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all lies, okay? Here's the hallway. Oh, yeah, this house is trashed, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Bathroom isn't all that great, but the bathroom, my mother never keeps her bathroom great. I'm actually in the process of cleaning her fucking tub. And by the way, at the end, last few months or so, she got the brilliant idea of throwing both dogs into this bathroom if she had to leave all day. Well, guess what? If Omar's in here, her dog would pee flat down. He's a boy, so he's peeing on these counters, isn't he? Or the wall, or this thing, right? Laura, I am so tired of being endlessly sacrificed, crucified, thrown under the goddamn bus, even by my own mother, who doesn't want to ever shed any kind of bad light on herself, okay? Unfortunately, it's always dark in this living room. But it isn't trashed, is it? From what you can see. No. Oh, yeah, and there's the stupid gate that I ordered. I ordered that gate out of my own money, okay? Oh, yeah. This place is trashed, isn't it? Oh, my God, is it trashed. Here's the dining room. Here's over here that you can't see. It's too freaking dark. Oh, it's trashed, isn't it? I have trashed this place. This place is unfit for my mother to come home to, isn't it, people? Isn't it? There's the magic bullet. There's the hurricane mop, and there's the pressure cooker XL. And when I reported Auntie as fraud to my mother's bank and was commended, I'm sure they couldn't even imagine that I'm being accused of elder abuse because I talk about my life online, and if I'm living with my mom and that's part of my life, oh well, And even if I'm not living with her, it's still part of my life. Oh, this place is trashed, isn't it, people? Oh, my God. Look. It is so trash. It's unbelievable. It's unfit to live in, isn't it? Goddamn fucking Nazis. Never once called me. They're just assuming. Okay? It's elder abuse because I filmed my mother's house. Fuck that shit. Bullshit. If I'm living somewhere, I can film it. And I know that for a fact, because most people do not own where they live. They rent, or they live with roommates, or kids live with parents. You know what I mean? It's all bull fucking shit. This place is not trashed, And Omar's been pissing on, you know what I mean? This is all not good furniture or whatnot, and my mother knows. And that's why even when Auntie tried to say, you know, Laura's leaving the dog home alone, he's going to the bath, I don't care, I love Omar. That's what my mom said to Auntie. And what my mom later told me, okay? This place is not fucking trashed. I did the best I could. Auntie was supposed to be out of the picture. Who the fuck was going to pay my mother's bills? Who was going to take care of both dogs? And yes, her dog should have been here. And yes, I still would have had to leave so that I don't go crazy. I still would have had to leave to see lawyers or to go to my storage unit. Or one day I spent all day traveling to get my mom's foot cream. Okay? That she had me write, she had written a check ahead of time. She was going to have me do that even when she wasn't supposed to go in the hospital. She was going to have me do it, and I said I would do it, okay? I cannot just stay here because my dog, obviously, if he's here, he's not going to go constantly. But remember, my mom could go to the grocery store for a couple hours. I'd be in the shelter. I'm like, did Omar go to the bathroom? Oh, yeah, he went while I was at the grocery store today. Or he went while I was doing this or that or whatnot. Or he went inside the house because it was raining and I didn't take him for a walk. Okay? Pouring out this morning, or raining heavily. I took him for a 30-minute walk. Had circumstances been different, my mom was here and I wasn't here, or it's a time where we have different schedules and I'm sleeping and she's going to take him out because she's up with him, and that's her, you know, it's her choice. When I lived with Bobby, I trained Omar to be up later. She lets him, you know, walk all over, but whatever. Few minutes she would take him outside in the rain just to pee real quick. He's not going to go poo-poo in a few minutes. She knows that. She knows he's going to wind up going in the floor. Mom, even from the shelter, and I talked to her on the phone, well, he's going to go, if you don't take him out of the rain, he's going to go on the floor. I don't care. It's raining out. Okay? That's reality, people. These fucking Nazis know nothing about my relationship with my mother. They know nothing about this house. They know nothing. And they're going to be judge, jury, and executioner of me. Okay? Probably today. Probably in the court right now. Lawyers drawing up papers according to what Uncle's told. Oh, bull fucking shit. Okay? The two people who know the truth are not going to be there. Okay? Nobody's even bothered to call me. Remember, the hospital staff was poisoned against me, and they chose to blatantly deny my rights as my mother's legal appointed health care proxy. It doesn't matter if they believe, Auntie, that my mom wasn't in her right frame of mind when she made me her legally appointed health care proxy. It's not their decision to make. If they think that, or whatnot, or even if my co-healthcare proxy is totally for it, doesn't matter. It goes to judicial relief. It goes before a judge. You, as a health institution, cannot just blatantly deny my rights as my mother's legally appointed health care proxy. And I had every right, under the circumstances that we had tried to get her trained on, that my mom invoked everything, that I have paperwork up the yin-yang saying she wanted nothing to do with her sister prior to this, that to say I wanted her transferred. And that wasn't the only reason. I can't get there. That was the main reason too, okay? Auntie's visiting all the time every week. I can't get there unless I bum a ride from somebody. That's number two. And the damn seizure she had 2 days after entering their facility. A seizure of unknown origin that now gives them an excuse to fill it with a shitload of Depakote. Okay? For all those reasons, I had every right to demand her transfer, and if they weren't going to do it, they needed to seek, they're only supposed to deny me for ethical and moral reasons. That's it. Otherwise, they have to seek judicial relief. But no, they just blatantly denied my rights. Blatantly, blatantly, blatantly. Okay? And cops have recognized it. Right? Cops recognized it. It's just, again, me getting over there. It's not like my cousin lives there. She's a million miles away in another state, okay? It's me who's done everything. And now I'm being accused of elder abuse. Unfucking believable, people. Unbelievable. I left those notes for Auntie. I wanted to tell her up. I did not trash my mother's house. She trashed her own house. I went through those 8 days of hell only because her psychologist is sitting there listening to her always say that she does nothing wrong, and I just yell at her for no reason. Okay? So as far as I'm concerned, he's an incompetent ass. And he proved that just with this not being concerned at all about the Auntie thing or whatnot, okay? My mother was in her right frame of mind. He wrote a note saying as such, okay? You can't have it both ways here. He wrote a note for her saying that she was perfectly competent, able to, she surpasses average, and she's capable of handling her own finances and personal, final, blah, 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 whatever. And then I noticed that he had messed up. Again, incompetent, putting down that she had entered the hospital in May when she'd really been released in May and entered it in February. I told her, you're going to have that note, at least needs to be, correct. It needs to, And my therapist told me he shouldn't even write a note that says to whom it may concern. She says they frown on that in that industry, in the psychiatric community, to whom we may concern. But whatever. He wrote it, and then she told him it had an something incorrect in it. He fixed it in September. Okay? Don't tell me my mother was not perfectly competent in her right frame of mind when she decided to strip Auntie of all her power, okay? But Auntie didn't tell the hospital the truth, did she? No. She jumped at that. She was never supposed to be called. I was supposed to be called. I went 2 fucking days without knowing what had happened to my mother. My mother could have died, and Auntie was called instead of me. When she was well, she didn't want that. When she was well, she wanted nothing to do with Auntie, okay? That's reality. Auntie wants to change that and make amends. She does it when my mom's deemed competent outside the hospital. But no, she pounced on my mother in there. And that staff in that fucking shitty, deserves to have its doors closed down hospital allowed it to happen. Okay? And now I'm being accused of elder abuse. Because little did my cousin and I know, well, we're saying all the things Auntie's doing. They're finding out all kinds of me. They find out about YouTube. It had to be through Auntie. They didn't find it out by themselves, okay? They find out about YouTube. They find out about the dog that I don't sit here all day and pet Homer and watch DVD and whatever. I did the best that I could do. Someone had to pay my mother's bills, okay? Nobody was, you know what I mean? Auntie was supposed to be out of the picture for good. Not to mention the fact that I gave up where I was supposed to go live, okay? While my mom took care of Omer and I searched for the perfect place for me and Omer to be together, okay? My mother and I had toyed with the idea of me living with her, but then we recognized, that a lot of times we don't get along and it might not be good. But, we did toy with that idea. And anyway, Omar is my dog, but my mother's been taking care of him for 2.5 years. He's been living here for 2.5 years. He's not trained. My mother accepted that. It's her fucking house, okay? Her fucking house. Because she cares more about me and about that dog than she does about material things. Because if Auntie had her way, Auntie was, when I went into that shelter for 6-7 months and Auntie was furious and almost got in the bathroom on the floor. But Auntie couldn't do anything about it. It's my mother's house. It's my mother's decision to love me and to not just throw my dog in the trash or get rid of him or whatnot. You know what I mean? To love me and to love that dog. It was her choice. It's material things. Nothing in this house is worth shit, okay? It can all be replaced. If Omer's peed on the corners. Bookcases are shit. They can be